Thoughts on Desmond Ridder? I like Desmond Ridder. He's very smooth, tall. He's got a big arm quarterback. It does remind me of Trey Lance last year. He's definitely got the mental capacity to be a long-term quarterback. Very strong-minded young man. I like him quite a bit. What is your thoughts on Ridder?
I think Ritter's definitely an option too as well. I like him. He's got a big arm, probably one of the strongest arms in this class. Actually, to tell you the truth, him and Carson Strong will probably have a good go right there with the strongest arm. Him and Willis too as well. Smart kid, good kid. Seems like and he really raised up that program too in Cincinnati, and that's what you really like about him, man. He's a good quarterback. I like him.
What percentage of Lion fans going to cry if they draft Malik Willis? I'd say 90% are going to be upset about it. Not me. I want to be upset. I know a lot of people be mad, but if they feel he's a franchise quarterback, you take him. That they know more about him.
People are going to cry, Mike.
A lot of
people are going to cry. Lots.
Do you like Jared Davis' contract? Yes. I see in the contract, it is a contract of a player who's not guaranteed to make the 53-man roster. And I like that because I want us to draft our linebackers. I'm not sold on this guy being a franchise elite linebacker. It's just not the case. I don't
he's
see
just
it.
Not going to be, I don't think.
Why is Leo Chenal not on the top of your linebacker board? The dude is a beast. I love Leo Chenal. I think I'm a last mock draft. I had Lions drafting him. I had the Detroit Lions drafting him. So
Leo Chenal's a really good quarterback.
Very good.
I mean, a really good linebacker for sure coming out, man. He should definitely be up there for sure, at least maybe in the top 5.
Yeah, I had the Lions drafting him, so I think he would be a great addition to the Lions. Let's see. Do the Lions love being less than mediocre quarterbacks? Turn around a franchise. Malik Willis' hate is similar to Deshaun Watson and Patty Mahomes' draft. I think fans are
huge praise.
I think they're nervous. I think they're nervous to take a quarterback. I think that's what it is. A lot of people want to build a team first and then draft the quarterback. You have your quarterback then on a rookie deal for the 4 years until he demands it for his 5th year, kind of like we're seeing right now out of the Arizona quarterback there. But I think that's some people's philosophy. My philosophy is just draft the best player available, and if you think a quarterback is a franchise guy, you take him. So it just depends your thought on how you build you build a roster. Burks and Dean are falling. What chance is there that one of them is on the board at 32? I think that the chance is 50-50 at this point because I keep seeing them falling in certain mock drafts. If that happens, that's called a win-win right there. That is a win scenario. Now, I think it's less for Burks. Kansas City Chiefs and the Green Bay Packers got 2 first-round picks. They need to get a wide receiver. Nakobe Dean potentially being there is possible. Yeah. But that's a win-win scenario. What about you, Mark? What is the odds of them having, say, 50-50?
For sure. I keep hearing it too. Burks and Dean falling. It could be a 50-50 chance. A lot of people are saying Burks isn't that athletic, but if you put his game film on, you watch him, man, he dominates. He's 6'3", 230 pounds, and he runs pretty fast. He's not a burner by any stretch, but he's going to run right by you, and he's just going to out-physical you. And with Dean too, I think a lot of people are getting a little bit nervous about his size, and he's got some type of pec injury going on right now, I heard. So maybe he slips to 32. If he's there, man, he better be at least talking about it because he's a stud.
219 in the building. Let's get to 100 likes. We're at 94. 6 away. And if you have not subscribed, you're crazy. Smash that subscribe button. I'm trying to climb the ladder, Chat Sports. I'm trying to get above the Miami Dolphins channel. They're about 1,000 away, and I'm trying to claw my way up there. I'm right now ranked 7. I'm trying to get ranked 6. Boye Mafe at 34. If the Lions don't go edge, I love Boye Mafe. This guy is a beast. Mm-hmm. He's an absolute stud. He can get after the quarterback. So if you're looking to get a pass rusher, that is my Boye. That is a guy you could look at for sure. What do you think about Mafe?
I do like Boye Mafe. I think he's one of the best pure pass rushers in this draft. Actually, he has a lot of pass rush moves. A little bit trouble playing the run, man. But if you're looking for a guy to get the quarterback, Boye is the guy for sure.
Bree says, if they trade back to 6, so 2 to 6, I'm willing to draft Howell or Ridder at 32 because you get an extra draft capital. Thoughts? Yeah, you'd be getting another. See, what happens right now is the Carolina Panthers, their next pick after 6 is 137. So we're talking about a 4th-round pick. So if you're going to get extra capital, it would be for 2023. I think if you were to get a first-round pick for 2023, I actually wouldn't draft a quarterback this year, and I would bank on having 3 first-round picks to go up to the first pick in the draft. That's what I would do. But you could do that. They definitely could take a Ridder, too. I do like Ridder, but you're not going to get a lot of draft capital this year. Maybe the 4th-round pick, but you'd be banking on next year's first. That's what it would be because they've already spent all this draft capital getting Darnold and making some dumb moves. 313, if the Commanders trade Young for a 2nd pick, do we take it or at least consider it? Just the 2nd pick, you'd have to give me their 1st-round pick too.
Yeah.
You'd have to give me your 1st-round pick and Chase Young.
Yeah, we'd have to swap that. Yeah, that 1st-round pick end thing, and maybe we'll throw you like a 3rd-round pick or something or a 4th. Yeah. But we're not just going to do that just 1 for 1 there. I wouldn't do that. I do like Chase Young though. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, I love Chase. How can you not love Chase? I love Chase Young. Absolutely. And if they're trying to get – but they say they traded for Wentz. I don't think they're going to go quarterback this year, whatever they believe in Wentz, unless one falls to them and they could take one of the future. But I don't think them trading up. Yeah. 255 in the building, 118 likes. It gets a 125. Smash that like button. It would be really appreciated, and that's how we really grow in this channel. And if you ain't subscribed, you're nuts. You're nuts. If we're able – to trade out of 2, it needs and must be getting another 1st-round pick for next year's draft. Collateral moving up for a quarterback is not selected this year. Yeah, that or if the Giants or Jets, because they both have 1st-round picks this year in the top 10, so that could be other teams that you'd look for if you want to get 2 1st-round picks. I know there's a rumor out that the Jets and the Giants are battling to get a elite player. I'm going to assume it's an offensive lineman, maybe Ike Ekwonu. So maybe they want to get the jump up to 2 to secure him. But I have my doubts on that because Evan Neal's pretty good too. You're not losing out on much, and you know it looks like they both probably could get one of those guys for sure. They're both really good offensive linemen. But, I think getting next year's, if we did it with Carolina, that would be the way to go, man. Next year's first, because you know they're going to suck. Or Atlanta Falcons, too. They could be a team that want to get a quarterback as well. And they're probably going to suck this year. So those would be, I just seen an NFL Junkie offer Atlanta the 2nd pick first this year and next year in the 2nd. Atlanta's probably top 5. Yeah, I just was talking about that. 100% agree with that. That would be for next year. You always got to look at who's going to be a bad team next year. And if we get a 1st-round pick next year from a bad team, Mark, that would be – we'd be doing a Giants and Jets thing, man.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want to get, man. You want to get multiple picks, especially from bad teams. You know, we know all about being bad. But if we can take that advantage of another bad team and get some capital, high draft capital, it's a must for sure.
Hearn Mark says, am I too optimistic the Lions could get draft 5 starters with the first 5 picks? I think that's a little bit optimistic. I would drop it down to 3 starters and probably 2 mixtures, like something that they'll get playing time throughout games, but not bona fide starters. I think edge rusher, if you go at 2, that's going to be a bona fide starter. I think if they go safety or linebacker, that's probably going to be a starter at 32. And same at 34, but when you're looking at 66, maybe they go wide receiver, and that guy wouldn't be on the field all the time because you got DJ Shark, Quintez Cephas, you got Amon-Ra St. Brown, and obviously we got Reynolds as well. And then the late 3rd-round pick would probably be, you know, some backup role or utilized in that sense as well. So I think that's a little too optimistic, but I would expect to get 3. You should come out with 3 starters. That's for sure.
I feel the same.
Atlanta, Carolina, Seattle, New York Giants, and Jets. I agree. Steven Likens, Seattle, they would probably like to get one because Drew Lock is cheeks. What is your thoughts on defensive tackle Travis Jones? I think the Lions should take a look at him. He's really good. I have not looked at him. Mark, have you?
No, I have not looked at him. Is he? I don't even know if he's even a college guy or a professional or in the NFL already. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry, bro.
Sorry, I don't know. I'll have to get back with you on that one. I have
Yeah.
not invested a lot of time in the defensive tackle position. Why? Because we drafted 2 last year, and we may get
Hmm.
a guy in the 6th, 7th round, but I want to expect defensive tackle fairly high. Leave a like on the
Yeah.
stream. Appreciate Utility Sports again. Subscribe to his channel. He's a friend of the channel. Had him on here before. Got some good content over there. Aiden
Yeah.
isn't the end-all be-all. Holmes said his pass yesterday he's willing to trade number 2 before the Jags made their pick. Thoughts? Yeah, he's not the end-all be-all. I think they have many options that they would take. It's not Aiden Hutchinson or bust. I just think he's probably
Yeah.
the safest pick in the draft. You know he's got a motor. You know he's going to get sacks. There's not much question mark for Aiden Hutchinson. There's question mark with Kayvon Thibodeau. There's questions mark
Yeah.
with Trayvon Walker. Do you really want to go offensive line, make Kwanwu and make him a guard? Probably not. There's a question as to taking a safety at 2. So there's a lot of question marks, but he's not. What do you
Yeah.
think, Mark?
I don't think Hutchinson's too much of a question mark. He's a guy that's plays for the Wolverines. Obviously, he's comes from a good pedigree with his dad playing there too. He seems like a Dan Campbell guy. He's got a high motor. So and there's other guys that are question marks. Thibodeau, the guy I love, there's some red flags on him. There's some red flags on Kyle Hamilton. There's some red flags on a Trayvon Walker. Having the number 2 pick right now is kind of, it's not. I'm not saying it's bad to have, but it's going to be real tough to trade out of that. So, but I think the best pick would probably be Hutchinson. But other than that, we'll see what happens. But there's some red flags with some players.
With adding of DJ Shark, are you changing your tune on wide receiver 1, taking 32, 34? Wide receivers will be like hotcakes in the first round. I'm not changing my tune. I just don't. With Kansas City and Green Bay, they're going to be aggressive. They're going to take some wide receivers there. And to me, that's going to push down other talent like linebacker and safety, where the Lions need. And having DJ Shark, he's just on a 1-year deal, so it's not changed my tune. We still need to get a good wide receiver. But you could get one in the 3rd round. No doubt about it. I mean, we got Amon-Ra St. Brown in the 4th round last year, and this year's group of wide receivers is just as deep as it was last year and fast. So I'm not changing my tune. If somehow a great wide receiver fell to the Lions at 32, like a Treylon Burks, I'll take Treylon Burks. I mean, I love Treylon Burks. It's just if Nakobe Dean's there, if some other players there, but I think that those guys are going to be gone, Mark.
Yeah, and I think the wide receiver is almost kind of it's another need too as well too, because if you look at a lot of these guys' contracts, like a DJ Chark, 1 year, Reynolds 2 years, Cephas is going to be coming up in the future shortly. So I think another young, fresh wide receiver could be taken in the possible 1 to 3 rounds. So it's not out of the question at all.